a young mother in training to be a police officer. But no one saw this coming.
It was the worst day of our life.
It's video you'll only see on the Shade Room. After a full day of teaching, her police instructor pulled out a gun, shot her in the chest, killing her. Her attorneys say he was joking around with the group and thought it was his training gun.
He got away with murder. That's what we feel.
But her family wants justice. Why they say he should have never had a loaded gun in the first place. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. All Marissa Mannion ever wanted to be was a police officer, and she finally achieved that dream in February 2022 when she was hired as a special officer at the Anacostia Neighborhood Library in Washington, D.C. August 4th, 2022, just months into her role, a contractor was brought in for a special training. The class went fine, but as soon as that class wrapped, the unthinkable happened. This was released exclusively to the Shade Room, a video inside a training room at the library. Around 3:30 p.m., you can see Mannion and her colleagues were socializing. They were wrapping up their session for the day. Before they all went their separate ways, though, they took a group photo. Look closely on the far right. That's 60-year-old Jesse Porter, a retired Metro D.C. police officer. There's no audio, but court records show that Mannion interrupted and told the group that she needed to take her face mask off for the photo. Then everybody laughed about it. One witness said, quote, Porter had been joking with her all day because she was having difficulty with some of the material, and the group had been joking with her because they'd been waiting for her to put up her hair and fix her boot throughout the day. They were having fun with it. She was laughing and we were joking, end quote. Back to the video. They reassemble for the photo, but then you can see Porter step out and fire his loaded 9mm Glock pistol. We edited out the shooting itself. It's really too graphic to show, but afterward you can see Mannion grab her chest and fall to the ground while some of her colleagues rush out the door. You can see Porter is visibly upset. He puts his hands up before rushing over to check on Mannion. One witness heard him yell, "Damn, damn, damn." Another witness heard him yell another expletive before rushing over to her side, where he and another man went into, quote, medical mode.
Did not make any sense to me.
It's still not adding up for Cherie Mannion, Marissa's mother, who got the horrific news later that day. Her only daughter was dead.
There was no need for a gun in the library, and there was no need for a gun at that time.
And that's a question that'll soon be at the center of a civil lawsuit that the family is filing against the District of Columbia. We spoke to their team of attorneys who point out city code, which states that no person holding a gun license shall carry a pistol in buildings or offices occupied by the District of Columbia, its agencies, or instrumentalities.
This is not just an acquiescence. This is a concerted effort to disregard the safety and the constitutional protections and rights of Ms. Mannion. This is not just about Mr. Porter. Mr. Porter was acting at the behest of and on behalf of the DC government, but with the DC government was able to walk brazenly into a building with a loaded firearm and ammunition. That is the pattern, that is a practice, and that is what the civil suit is about.
Something else that was revealed in court records too, a witness statement that claims that Porter made a funny comment earlier in the day and pointed an orange training firearm at Mannion, simulating shooting her. The witness stated that they appeared to be playing around as she knew him for about a year and knew him to be playful as to not make the training, quote, dry. When police showed up to the scene later, you can see Porter was never placed in handcuffs and was allowed to stay home as the case played out in court.
What they should have done and what policy requires is they should have taken his weapon from him immediately. They should have handcuffed him immediately. They should have sent him for drug and alcohol testing immediately.
Yep.
They should have separated himself from the scene immediately. That's how you protect the integrity of what happened. Quite frankly, people were very casual. Very casual. I didn't treat him as if he was a shooter. But we have the civil process. These facts will come out.
This summer, Porter took a plea deal.
A plea deal of involuntary manslaughter And that was something I can tell you that the family vehemently objected to and made those objections very clear. Mr. Porter was sentenced to the very bottom of the guideline, the 36 months that you referenced.
The deal is lighter than the second-degree murder charge that a grand jury originally called for.
He had a weapon. He pulled it. He deserved more time than 36 months. He deserved, honestly, life in prison to my family.
Oh, God. Mm. Nothing can bring her back.
My daughter is dead? No, man. I think we need bigger justice than this, man.
Mannion leaves behind a 5-year-old son who just started kindergarten. We also reached out to city leaders about possible civil litigation. We're still waiting to hear back. But in court, Porter's attorneys argued that he never intended to shoot and kill Mannion and that this was just a horrible tragedy. We're also told that they asked the judge for leniency for him based on his lack of criminal history and his 33 years in law enforcement. The judge did take some of that into account, justifying that 3-year sentence for him, and said that he believed that Mr. Porter was deeply and genuinely remorseful for what he did. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
All right, so I couldn't hold this any longer. I had to talk about this because the video just came across to me yesterday, and it's so disheartening, but it also is angering. Like, this shit pissed me off watching it. First of all, I'm just going to put it out there like this. As a firearms instructor, whenever I'm teaching a class, the first thing is there is no live ammunition in the classroom. But that's for students. When we say no live ammunition in the classroom, that means nobody that's a student in that classroom other than the instructors should have live ammunition. And here's why. Because I'm the type of person, and a lot of us other instructors do believe, that there's no rhythm or rhyme to the time and place that something can happen. So, being that it's a firearms training class and it's advertised on social media, on public platforms, and people see it, you never know what dumbass might decide, hey, I want to go barging on this firearms class and just go shoot the shit up or something, just to be funny. So, I'm always going to have something on me. I've always have one on me that's loaded, that's ready to go, because I'm still protecting myself. I'm still protecting my classroom and the students that's in the classroom. Now, the firearms instructor in the video teaching the future police officers like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how did you manage to go 30 plus years in a career of law enforcement, and now you're a firearms instructor, and you think that it's cool to fucking play with guns? Like, just completely ignored and said, fuck every firearm safety rule that exists that we live by. Like, what in your chaotic, fucked up ass mind made you decide that today would be a good day to break every fucking firearm rule? And excuse the profanity, but I'm pissed off seeing that shit. Right? Never point your gun at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. So what, you was willing to kill and destroy this woman? How about treat every firearm as if it was loaded? As if it is loaded. So you mistakenly thought that this gun that you used to shoot this woman was one of the training guns instead of it being your actual gun. All guns, treat every gun as if it's loaded. That includes your fucking orange gun, your fucking training guns, BB guns, water guns. They don't matter. You treat every gun as if it is loaded. So I don't even know why you would joke around to pull a firearm, whether it's a fucking BB gun, a training gun, an orange gun, and point it at a student in a playful manner. And according to the story, they know each other or knew each other. They've known each other allegedly for roughly a year, I guess. So they were already cool with each other. But even still, even on my best fucking friend, if I'm in the classroom with you and I'm giving a firearms instruction, I'm not playing on my goddamn firearm, even pointing it at my friend, because that's my friend. That's because somebody have a personal relationship. So I feel like you're the one that I can play with. So all around, that was just pure negligence, stupidity. It was just stupid as fuck. And the plea he took, I guess, was only 36 months. I'm not even going to touch on, I'm not going to touch on that. I'm not going to say I think he deserved life and all this extra shit. I do believe that it was an honest mistake, but it was a negligent one. Yeah, like, we have fun. We play with our friends. We might drag race. We go out, we have fun, we get drunk, and might get too intoxicated to drive, but think, I'm good anyway. I can drive anyway. I'll make it home. I only live 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away. I'm good. We put our lives and our friends' lives in danger all the fucking time, doing dumb shit, right? And that's just like human nature. Whether we're speeding, whether we're, you know what I mean, racing somebody because we got a fast car, or, you know, whether we doing donuts in our Chargers and, you know what I mean, driving under the influence. Just in general, we do dumb shit with our friends. We joke around with our friends. We play pranks on our friends. Some pranks are more dangerous than others, obviously. But a firearm is something that you should never fucking prank with. Or don't fucking play with in that manner. Just period. Yeah. Like my prayers are with everyone who felt that, especially that, you know, that young woman and her family. She got a young son who was in kindergarten. Like, she was just going through the police academy, you know what I mean, to better her life, provide a better life for her son, her family, doing everything that she was supposed to do. Obviously, she was doing everything that she was supposed to do to even be hired by a police department in the first place. But I feel sorry for everybody that gotta go through this shit, or they gotta suffer from it, they gotta feel from, you know what I mean, what happened. You know what I mean? And that's from her family down to the damn department, you know, that hired him to be a firearms instructor for them. His family, like, just everybody, instructors, and just people in general who just watching the video and just, you know, feeling the way about that shit. Yeah, I'm done. That was just wild, yo.